Okay, welcome back to Dune. It's packing day. Time to transfer everything back to Haga. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. I haven't seen Sushi in days. He's been on, but I hadn't seen him in days. Don't matter anymore now. Got my own large refinery. Finally. Alright, got my chat pulled up. I don't think I've ever had anyone say anything in my chat while streaming this game. I guess nobody cares about Dune Awakening. I don't blame them. And now Arc Raiders is out. Nobody's gonna. Nobody cares about Dune anymore. This game's dead, man. It's gonna have an itty bitty following for, or well, until Funcom gives up on it. Because I guarantee they'll give up on it. Wait, what? Well, hold on a second. Where's my stuff? Where's my shield, my suspensor belt? Did I forget to get them out of the... No. What's going on? Well, where's my stuff? That was on the first when that happened. Yeah, I'm gonna go with we need a better event log because this doesn't say. I mean, do you really need to have something that tells you what all you craft? But this was on the first. I got on for a little while yesterday, and I made a new shield. I made a new suspensor belt, and I made this power pack. But this is the only thing in my inventory. I made this gun, or no. Yeah, the gun I made is gone too. Oh no, there it is. Dune Watcher, yeah. But where's my suspensor belt? And my I didn't do that. I didn't accidentally delete them. I know I didn't do that. This is empty. It's just kind of weird. So I'm pretty sure I didn't take the stuff out of there. Oh, you know what? I bet I know where it is. I bet I know where it is. I made them, but I don't. No, it would have automatically equipped them though, so they shouldn't be in here at all. I'll double check, but I know I need the hand scanner for a quest, because that's the thing. I was doing quests. I got on to do some quests that I hadn't done, and I was running around with a shield. That's interesting that the shield is fully healed. Did I never use this shield? Hmm. What the heck, man? I got two Mark 5 shields in here that are fully healed. What the heck? That's bizarre, dude. They shouldn't even be in here anyway because this is all vehicle stuff. This is really bizarre. Like I've just had stuff disappear on me. I made a full suspensor belt. That's the Emperor's Wings Mark 4. But I made a full suspensor belt and I don't have that on either. It's not in my inventory. And again, when you when you pick it up out of the crafting station, uh, it's supposed to go on you. Well, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, it's not like invisible or something, but what is going on? This is weird. Check all my crates just to be safe, I guess. Like, did I take it off by accident? You know? I mean, it doesn't make any sense because I went to, uh, what's it called? The, this guy right here? The Fangs of Markab. I went in there yesterday and I was using a suspensor belt. So me not having a suspensor belt right now is very bizarre because I had a suspensor belt on. And I just made it, so I barely used the thing. Like I did a few missions, and then I went somewhere, and it was like, "Oh, you need your hand scanner," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it figures I need something." But you know, the mission was like, "Go here," and then it updated once I got there to use your hand scanner, and I was so pissed off because I was like, "Why don't these missions tell you you need these things before you get to them?" Like, you hardly ever need a hand scanner. There's no reason to keep one on you. I mean, they only weigh one, but it takes up an inventory slot. You don't have very many of those, so keeping a hand scanner on you all the time is just kind of like, why would you do that? You know, it's just it takes up room and yeah. Anyway, uh, going off on a tangent here, but yeah, it's like what? Where's where's my suspensor belts? Where the heck is it? What's crazy is like I left the deep desert on Friday. Maybe I was in the deep desert on Saturday, but I haven't been back since because I was doing other stuff. I wanted to do some quests. I guess I'm making another full suspensor belt, even though I know I made one and equipped it. Very bizarre, man. And see, it automatically equipped, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I know I can't repair my light because it required like iron or steel. Yeah, steel. I can't repair this because I need iron, but I don't have that stuff. But that's fine. But anyway, the point being, once again, I was doing quests and I had a shield and I had a suspensor belt. So where'd they go? Very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Turn these off. I don't know why I turned these on. I guess I was using them, but for something. Yeah. Anyway, that's just really bizarre, man. That's freaking me out because it's like I definitely had made those. I know because I everything broke when I was in the deep desert. Um, I mean, anybody who was watching my stream would know, but nobody watches my stream, so it doesn't matter. But the point being, all of this was on stream. I died like a bunch of times. Oh no, I wasn't streaming because it was Friday, and my wife was home that day, so I wasn't streaming that day. But I died a bunch of times in one of the testing stations because I changed my skills on Thursday and was struggling in the testing station because I had changed my skills and I wasn't familiar with the changes that I made. And that reminds me, I need to change them back because I do not like what I did. Um, oh, I need to. Yep, this game is buggy and glitchy as hell, dude. I need to actually unload all my gear because I'm yeah, let's take all this stuff off. Oops. I need to transfer stuff, so I don't need all this junk. I'm not gonna need to shoot anything. I don't need money. I don't need these. I do need the battery. And I might need my vehicle backup tool. Maybe. Alright, this is empty. Okay, let's go. But anyway, I went into the dungeon with skills that I wasn't familiar with, but I also had my power pack and my shield were at I went way over. I wasn't paying attention. My shield, my power pack, and my suspensor belt were all like almost broken. Weird. Um, but I went into the testing station anyway because I was like, oh, no problem, I can solo this easy because I do it all the time. But I wasn't thinking about the fact that I had changed my skills and it was taking like one or two hits more to kill enemies than I was familiar with. And I didn't have as much HP as I was used to, and my stamina should have been the same, but it felt like it was like draining faster. I can't really explain that. It could have just been coincidence, but it felt like it. And I kept getting stuck in situations where I was like completely overwhelmed by enemies. Where normally I would have lots of different stuff in my kit to escape quickly, and I didn't because I had changed all my skills around and had different skills on my skill bar that I was not familiar with. And basically, nothing that was helping me escape quickly or efficiently. And so, long story short, I ended up dying. And um, so, in an attempt to go get all the blueprints I had collected, because it was the last testing station on my route, so I had already been to like 3 caves, 2 other testing stations. So I had like 5 or 6 blueprints on me. I was like, I don't want to lose these, so I kept going back in. And of course, when you die in this game, for some stupid reason, Funcom thought it was a good idea to have massive durability loss upon death, which doesn't make any sense because once you're dead, your gear shouldn't be taking any durability loss. It's the part that leads up to the death where the loss occurs. So anyway, it's a thing survival games do, but it doesn't make any sense in this game, to be perfectly honest. But because of the massive amount of damage my gear was taking from dying, it ended up breaking, and I was not expecting that to happen because I can solo these testing stations without dying easily. So I just kind of like went in there unprepared and got killed over and over and over again. I mean, the kill log said I died like 8 or 9 times. It was ridiculous. I was like, this is crazy, man. I can't believe I'm dying so much. And all my gear broke, and then I went back in with more gear, like cheaper, crappier gear, and it all ended up like getting broke or really close to breaking because, yeah, see, there's my power pack, my shield, it all broke. I threw it in here. My Thufir's broke. I took this in there after everything else broke. My Halix broke. So all this stuff broke, and then I went in with crappier gear, and some of it broke too. But anyway, after all that was over with, and I got my stuff back, because I ended up putting a message out on the server. I was like, man, can I get some help? I'm having a lot of trouble in here. And like a whole bunch of people showed up, ended up helping me get through it. So that was cool. Um, I didn't tell them I died like 9 times, but none of their business. I'm gonna lose a lot of water, aren't I? Oh no, I'm actually down to 100k. Cool. I guess doing those. What was that? It was like a stack and stack plus 100 there. Yeah. Let's see. What do we want to do first? I think first I'm going to empty out storage, and then I'll break down storage, and I'll keep one storage for the breakdown. Let's see, fill this one up. We'll break down storage as I go too. Throw this stuff in there, and then oh, I don't want this. This takes up way too much room. I'll get those later. Whoops. I do want this stuff though. Yeah. Man, it sucks that I ended up with so much titanium. It really does. Because I went and got nothing but stravidium and still had titanium left over. It was crazy. I could probably hold all those. There's probably more than 30, but shoot. Let me throw this stuff in here. I'm not even gonna worry about batteries, man. I've got so many batteries. I don't need to take those with me. So I think what I'm gonna do is we'll break the box and leave the batteries because I just don't need them. Oops. I want to put this stuff in there. And then I want to bring that stuff into the ornithopter. The metal I don't need. This'll take, and this'll take. But I don't need the rest of that stuff. Boom. Alright. And then we'll take all this. And then we'll destroy that. Let me put all this in here. And then turn it around and put it in the ornithopter. many things are near 29? Hey, I might be able to hold all these. Heh, cool. And I should have enough slots to break this down. Yeah, cool. So it's 35 plastinium, 7 silicone block, and 2 spice melange to make one of these. Am I going to be encumbered if I do this? Should be okay. I don't care about the bodies. Bodies are easy to get. I'll double check all these and make sure I didn't drop any of the materials I need to make the crate. Or I should give you a number, but 35. Okay, yeah. So it is. It's 3. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we go back. So I like this design of this base that this person put on. It was Neon Jai, I think, from YouTube. And I basically copied his base. I made some changes to it, but it's pretty much the same. And I like it. It's a nice looking base, but there are some major issues that I have with it personally that make me kind of just want to build my own base next time. Even though I've blueprinted this and I've used the blueprint, which I need to remember to blueprint it again just in case I decide to use it again. But I do like it. It's a neat design. There's one issue I have with it is the floor where I have my regular generators. So just the 75 power generators, which current setup has me at 12 of those, I think. So 12 of those generators. And I'm trying to break down those generators, like not using those generators. So I started using omnidirectional turbines. So I would break down one of my regular generators and then add 2 omnidirectionals. And I kept doing that. Or I'd break down 2 generators and add omnidirectional. Break down 2 generators, add an omnidirectional. Well, now I'm at the point where I'm using the directional ones, and those are so much better. And now I'm like, okay, so I want to convert everything to directional because directional is just so good. It's far more efficient with the materials, the fuel usage. The downside to them is they're kind of big and ugly, but you can put they're 350 power. I mean, it's a freaking no-brainer. They're way better than using spice generators, in my opinion. Even though spice generators are 1,000 and probably the most efficient, they really are. It's just the materials needed to make them are kind of expensive. And I'm not at the point where using those is just an option. Like Sushi can throw those down and make the power for them pretty easily. But yeah, I'm not at that point. So Alright, I am going to have to designate a container to just the deep desert. So that I can put this stuff in there. But you know what? I'm just not gonna worry about it. Just gonna mix it all together. One of these days I might. But for now, I'm not worried about it. So. Did I not have silicone block at all? Nope. It's kind of funny. Alright. I don't have stravidium either. Wait. Put that in there. Man, I need to use this jasmine. Man, this is taking up a lot of room in here. In that container. Alright, let's get to the assault ornithopter and throw this spice in here. Let's see. Put this in there. Where was my... Okay, my grass is in here. I thought so. So I don't want to put this with stuff that's not there. Whew. Man, those plastinium guys, dude. Man, I have a lot of aluminum. Holy crap. I need to convert some of that into duraluminium. What the heck? Faux shizzle, my nizzle. Alright. I think I've got stravidium here. Yeah. Throw that in there. Can I make... Nah, I can't. I put a door over there. I need to change that. There was a reason I did this, but I no longer have that need anymore. So, do that. Pretty sure this fit right here. Did I forget something here? This was in here. I had it like up against the wall here. I hate this thing. It's huge, and it's so hard to like place it. Maybe I didn't have the chemical refinery here when I had it in here. I don't know. I'll put this here for now. I had this thing right here in the corner, and then I broke it down and took it to the deep desert with me. It was just easier that way to take it. What the heck, man? This thing does not want to go in here, does it? I had it in here, so... There's so much space back here, like, what the heck? Why wouldn't it go up against the wall? Weird. I don't know, man, because I'm pretty sure I had it in the corner, and then I had the chemical refinery right next to it, Yeah, there's plenty of room. Weird. It's not straight, is it? It's totally not straight. See, it's so hard to tell when something's straight or not in this game. All right, blueprints. That's a lot of blueprints, buddy. I need to. Whew. All right, time to go back. Right? Yep. I like where my base is, but I do kind of wish it was closer to the edge, just for this part right here. I've thought about making like a base right next to the edge. I mean, technically, I have a base right next to the edge. It's in the shale, and it being like my like where I take everything that I do in the deep desert. But it doesn't make any sense because I would just end up wanting to like transfer stuff from it to my main base, and then it would just end up becoming my main base anyway. And yeah, we'll see how this cargo container thing works out that they're proposing to bring into the game into the future. We'll also see how this, like, making a copy of your base. So the base blueprint tool says it makes a copy of your base so it's easier to transfer it. But what it does, well, it doesn't say it makes a blueprint, it makes a copy of your base. But what it does is it makes a blueprint of your base. You still have to have the materials to fill in the pieces. But they're saying they're going to change it to where it will basically just delete your base and store the blueprint and all of the materials so that you can just plop down a full constructed base, which is insane. Like, I don't know, man. That just seems like bug heaven, man. Like, I don't know. If they can pull it off, that'd be cool, but at the same time, I'm also like, kind of, I don't know. We'll see. It'd make it a lot easier, because this is a pain in the butt, dude. Week after week, having to do this. I'm literally considering stopping playing this game, because I'm tired of doing this. This right here. Packing up your base every week, so that you don't lose everything that you've acquired in the deep desert for the week. I'm also getting to the point where like I feel like I don't want to play in Haga Basin anymore, but I still have stuff to do in there. Like my main character that I deleted because I was tired of playing as two characters. Because I mean I'm having trouble like packing up my base once. Doing it twice a week, that was awful. That's why I deleted my main character the other day. So I don't want to do that two times. I don't want to do it once. So um, yeah. Oh, you know what I need to do? Let's put all this back. Let's put all this back. What I need to do is sort this by volume and put only the heavy stuff in here. And then I can go to my backpack and hopefully, yep, and then demolish that because I got plenty of room to do it. And then the Titanium is gonna have to stay for now. And I'm full again, so let's go. But yeah, my question is like your storage containers. If you back up your base, are all of the storage containers, like the contents of the storage containers, going to get backed up as well? I mean, theoretically, it's all just ones and zeros. It's just data, so it should be able to do it. But it's a lot of data. Some more than others. You know, I've seen some bases out here in the deep desert where they're clearly using staking units in the deep desert, and I'm like, why would you use staking units in the deep desert to build a big base in the deep desert? And then you got to turn around and delete all that. And you don't get that money back. I mean, it's just Solaris. It's no big deal. It's easy to make money in this game, but yeah, like why would you do that? It's just stupid. It's a waste. But whatever. Anyway, I hate that the mouse freaking pointer changes every freaking time. Like, just stay in the middle, please. I don't know why it moves. I think the game treats the mouse pointer and my control stick movement as the same. So like if I move this pointer, that's a bad example. Like yeah, if I move it up here in this menu and then reopen it, it stays there, but that's where the mouse is. So instead of resetting to center, it stays. I don't know if it'd be faster to go around this way or not. I think I've tested this and it's actually faster to go the other way, but maybe I'm wrong. This is about the same. I just don't have to go over the PvP area if I go this way. Which, I mean, I pass it fast enough to not even get into it, so it's not a big deal. But another reason why I kind of hate the PvP or the deep desert is because, you know, I was gonna build like a big old base over here, and I have yet to do it. But it's because I don't have time. Like I have to go, like on Tuesday, the first thing I have to do is build a base in the deep desert, and that takes. Well, now that I have it blueprinted, it doesn't take very long. Um, but where are all my components? Here, okay. You gotta go build your base in the deep desert, and then like you. I mean, for me, I feel like I need to go ahead and start getting involved in doing stuff in the deep desert. So I do. Where's my spice? Here. I probably should have that in a different spot, to be honest. Everything else should go in here. And then once you're established in the deep desert, you feel like all your time has to be spent in there because it's like you want to maximize how much time you have in the deep desert for getting the materials, the spice, blueprints, you know, whatever the case may be, everything that you're doing in the deep desert. You know, you're like, I gotta do it. You know, every minute counts in the deep desert. And I mean, now that I have a large spice refinery, I can start making more spice melange at once, and it's the far more efficient method. But I mean, all I'm going to be doing now is turning around and making it into a sand crawler and a carrier ornithopter. And then once I do that, I'm going to be going out into the deep desert, and all I'm going to want to do is just get spice. And then I have to have a place to store that spice. And then I have to upgrade everything into tier 6. And then once you do that, like, I'm just being realistic here. I've been enjoying the game, but there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. There's no reason to get spice. Once you have everything you need, and I've said this before, uh, but if you if you're in tier 5, you don't need tier 6. You just don't. Like, if you plan on doing PvP and you want the best of the best in order to give you the advantage in PvP, sure. I mean, why not have tier 6 stuff? But I'm fairly certain that most people who PvP, they're not wasting their time on tier 6 stuff. They're probably doing just fine with tier 5 stuff. Do they have tier 6 stuff? Sure, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? But, I mean, if you're PvPing, unless you're getting something out of it, like people's spice, and the only way you're going to get people's spice is if you're attacking people in areas where the spice is in PvP zones. And more than likely, if you're doing it as a solo, you're not getting anything out of it. I mean, I guess, you could go gank somebody in a spice field as a solo, but then you have to go and get your carrier ornithopter or your assault ornithopter if you didn't already have it on you and fill it up with spice, but you're not going to be able to get all their spice, especially if they're in a sandcrawler. Like, I don't know, it's just like, unless you're a guild and you're going in 2, 3, 4 strong, so that once you do kill someone and get their spice, you can then take it back with you. Anyway. And then you run into the problem of what do you do with it? Because there's nothing to do with it other than make more gear that you don't actually need. Because you just don't. I mean, I've been doing testing stations solo for weeks now in tier 4 and 5, sometimes even tier 3 stuff. Like, hell, I do them in still suits. Like, it's just, you don't need it. It's not necessary. I don't know what else to say. You don't need it, man. it's it, it's sad. Like, it makes me mad and upset and everything else because I do actually like the game, but yeah. How full is my ornithopter? I don't know if I'm going to be able to delete these on this run. Let's take those. Yeah, the dude was like, it's quiet. It's like, yeah, it's a Monday. Happy moving day. I said packing day because, I mean, it's kind of what it is. Packing it all up. But I guess moving works too. Moving day. Um, Manic Monday. Alright, so first floor is clear. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can take those. I may not be able to take those yet. This is almost full. It's a lot of duraluminum. It's gonna be 150 more. There's only one way to find out. Look at that. Heck, I can hold it. And the ornithopter held it. Oh, you know what? I didn't keep enough stuff to make another large. Crap, I need to keep one. 3572. I need to keep one. Yep, I need to keep one so that I can break down stuff and store it. Alright, so let's move you up here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and break these down. And I was able to hold all that, okay. I'll do that on the next trip because I'm pretty full right now. So let's just go. And this is fairly certain pretty full too. Yeah. Could I get more in there? Yeah, but it's fine. It's just another manic Monday. I said new backup tool, but really it's just changing the current tool to have the ability to take all of the building blocks and not just the blueprint. I think that's how it was in Fallout 76. You can make blueprints, but I think you can also like build it instantly if you have the materials in your stash. But with Fallout, you build your stash box, but the items are like it's universally in your stash box. So like if you build 3 stash boxes, it's all the same storage. You don't increase your storage, unlike this game. What'd that person say? Oh, you betcha. You bet your bottom dollar? That's what he was saying, right? It's just, yeah. Alright, let's put those in there. Oh, yep. Pretty sure I've got some parts mixed around. It's fine. Pretty disorganized right now. So I've got a box that has like vehicle parts up here, but I want all my vehicle parts down there, so it is what it is. Let me put away anything that I already have, and then we'll focus on the assault ornithopter. Silicone block goes in there. This is gonna fill up right now. Yep. Dang, man. I don't know where to put. Oops. Okay. I don't know where to put that. Man, I got a lot of silicone block in there. Jeez. Man, it's crazy to me that I've only got 31 spice melange. Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, I built a lot of stuff. Well, that just... whatever. I emptied out the assault, right? Whoa. I wouldn't mind playing this game more if I was playing with my buddy Sean and Tricky D. Or my wife, although I don't think she would play this game, to be honest. Because, especially since they're going to revert the endgame area back into PvP, she definitely wouldn't want to do it. Although if they revert, I guarantee, I don't want to say I guarantee, but if they're going to revert the Deep Desert back to PvP, they're going to bring PvE servers into the game. They'll have to. Because there's too many people that are playing this game. In fact, I think the really realistically, most people still playing this game, most of them don't PvP or don't want to PvP or um, they just do it for fun occasionally, and they're usually just gonna like kill you and then you know not take your stuff and let you live. I know there's a person on this server who's kind of like that, where they're like, yeah, I'll PvP for fun, but not for griefing and not for like taking stuff. You know, like it's just like, hey, we'll have a mutual combat between one another. But all out war, most people don't do that. And the people who do that, they're going to be the people who populate the PvP servers if they do split it up like they did in Conan. Because I mean, Conan had PvP servers and people populated those. They played the PvP. In fact, there were more people. Well, there were more people playing PvE probably, but I think there were more people that grouped up and did large scale PvP than solo, like PvE players doing like grouping up. Like from my personal experience anyway, most people, I mean, unless you're doing an RP server, most people would. There's just either solo or it's like a husband and wife. If they had kids, maybe their kids got into it. But yeah. Uh, Man, it smells like cat poop in my house. Is the cat box not recycling? Like I got a whiff of it earlier, but now it's starting to get real strong. And the crazy thing is my cat is asleep next to me. So either he's tooting or he laid a stinker downstairs and his cat box didn't cycle. Or it stopped halfway through its cycle. Which wouldn't surprise me at all because, man, no, it says it's functioning properly. I'm gonna have to go check on that. Because I'm getting whiffs of strong, stinky poo. Oh, yeah, I don't have my personal light anymore. Crap. Speaking of crap. Man, I wish you could send all. Just. Oh, you can. Shit, why did I not know that before? Does it just depend on where you're. Oh, okay. You can't do it the other way. Okay. Wait, is that right? You can't. Why can't I take all? Take all. Okay, so it's the opposite direction. You can't do it. That it needs. Yeah, it needs to be doing. It needs to do that. Oh, oops. Forgot I still had one of those stations to break down. So, take all. There we go. Do I still need this thing? Oh yeah, I do, because the power. The power! Anyway, let me go check on this cat box real quick, because I'm getting whiffs. And it is possible that the cat just has gas. And he's sitting over there in his sleep farting. And of course, my dog has to follow me as soon as I move. Oops. He must be farting. Because his box looks fine. There's no poop in it. My son forgot to flush the toilet earlier. If Sushi doesn't get on today, um, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about quitting this game. For now, anyway, maybe for a little while until they come out with some new content, which is going to be several months away because I don't think they're going to do anything major to this game until the console version comes out. To be perfectly honest, I just don't see them doing anything with this game until the console version comes out. I feel like that's all they're waiting for right now is just they're just doing that. I guess I don't need this. Like, all right, here we go. These things were so nice, like really getting passive water. Like I've watched so many videos where people are like knocking on these things. Like, oh, they're so inefficient. And it's like, yeah, but it's passive. Like you're getting water constantly from those things. And people are like, oh well, you just throw some bodies in a death still and you'll have all the water you need. And it's like, well, no, really, you won't have all the water you need technically because um am I picking up? Hold on a sec. Man, I wish I had my personal light. Aha! I was not picking up the fuel. Well, anyway, going on a rant. The point is like, if you're, um, I'll just come back and grab all that. Move this over here. Oh, good. The sun's coming up. Alright, I'll leave this one, but I want to move it. Well, I can't move it because I need the... Yep. Pa-pow! 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 Oh. I mean, all this stuff weighs a lot. 26. I mean, I might be able to take that, but yeah, I can't even, couldn't even take all that. I'm not gonna be able to take all that either. I guess I can take some of the fuel, yeah. Alright. Let's move this down here. Anyway, as I was telling Sushi the other day, you know, let's say you got 1,000,000 water storage and you're about to log off and you've got enough death stills to do half a mil. You know, just for the sake of argument, you don't have enough stills to do 1,000,000. I mean, that's a lot of stills. You know, an advanced death still only does just under 50k. So you need 2 for 100k and for 1,000,000. What is that, 20? So that's a lot of death stills. It's a lot of power. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to have that many. And I mean, if you do, you're just, it's ridiculous. You know, there's no point in doing that. But let's say you do half a million. You know, you've got 10 death stills, which is still only like 450,000. It's not even half a mil. But you've got 5, 6 of those wind traps with filters in them. And so you log off, and then um, in an hour after you log off, you'll have 500,000 water because of your death stills. And when you log back on, you'll still only have 500,000 water from your death stills. But if you have the wind traps, you're going to have 1,000,000 water. So when you get up, and it supplements your death stills. So when you've got downtime, so when you're not logged in, or you know you don't come back every 50 minutes to put more bodies in your death stills, you're still getting water. And that's why I think personally having advanced death stills and the large wind traps are beneficial. Now that was different back in the day because apparently the large wind traps would still use their filters even when your water was full. So I can't believe that was ever a thing though, you know? That's just stupid. Like, but it's Funcom, so you know, stupid kind of comes with the territory. We are Funcom, and we are dumb. We don't know how to make good video games. It's not their fault. They just want to make games. They really, really want to make games. And I can't fault them for that. They just do it poorly. It's not their fault. I mean, they've had time and money to do it, to get better at it, and they haven't bothered. But it's not their fault. You know, it's just not their fault. Not their fault. All right. Okay, that's much better. Gotta move this up. I probably should move this somewhere else, to be honest. Let's delete that. I don't need that anyway. I thought about building it, obviously, but I think it'd make more sense to put this here. Can I make... Nah. Nah, yeah, I knew it. I don't have enough spice, cobalt, advanced machinery. It's kind of weird that I don't have enough advanced machinery, though. Because I deleted this. Have I not unloaded my ornithopter yet? Yeah, I did. Why don't I have more advanced machinery than that? I only have 9? That's not even enough to make this in the deep desert. What the hell happened to all the advanced machinery? Wait, hold up. Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense. They both use advanced machinery. That makes sense. Okay. Whatever. I should put... Would that fit? Yeah, that will fit. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put you like... Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's put you over here. On this wall. What? Why won't I go here? There we go. Alright. Perfect. Then put this here. Man, I don't know what direction that's supposed to be facing. I think here is straight. It's so hard to tell sometimes, man. Like, it really is. Now I can build that landing pad here again if I wanted to. I think I will, actually. I didn't need to do that. I just needed to, where's the door? Actually, this leaves us. This is not ideal. I would not normally do something so derpy, but for now, I'm okay with it because this is a temporary base anyway, and I'm sitting here talking about not playing the game anymore. I mean, you know, that's just how I am. Did I get this emptied out? Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Back to the deep desert. So what do I gotta get? I got one power generator. And that's it, right? Just the power generator and the base. Oh, there's the buggy. Shoot. The buggy. I don't think I can get the base and the buggy at the same time. We'll see. I should be able to. I don't think the base weighs more than the cargo of my ornithopter. I should be able to get the whole base. I should be able to get the whole base, all 7 pentashields. Or is it 6? It might be 6 pentashields. So I think since I changed the orientation of the base this week versus last week, I think I was only using 6 pentashields versus 7. So I'm pretty sure I was using 7 pentashields last week. Well, that base is gone. It was a small base though. Has that been gone the whole time? Probably has. It was a small base though. One thing I really do like about this base though is teardown is really easy. Like once you get all the junk out of it, the teardown's really easy. Let's take all that. Let me kind of do a once through real quick. I'm gonna need to take apart the buggy. I have a feeling I'm just gonna end up leaving a lot of material behind. Which is fine. It's easy to get the materials. I do want to delete these by hand though, because I want to make sure I actually get the materials for them. So that was 1, 2, 3, and there's always going to be those. But again, I kind of want to change the design of my base for next week. So 4, 5, 6, yeah. So there were 7 last week. But 6 pentashields is the standard for this base. Alright. Can I put any of this in here? Yep, I can put some of it. All of it. Alright, we'll take that. Throw that in there. Oh, I don't have a deconstruction tool. Shoot. Dang, I don't have a deconstruction tool, man. That sucks. I don't have one on my bar. I know I was forgetting something. I have this stupid pistol. And I don't normally use a pistol. And I have this stupid thing too. And I don't normally use that kind of stuff. Dang it. I wonder if I can hide it. Just come back for it. I think that's what I might do. I might hide it and just come back for it. Seems kind of silly, but either way, I have to come back. Does this? Okay. I made this big old complaint about like not having a direct route to my base, and that's just not true, man. I did have a direct route to my base. I mean, I kind of figured it out eventually, but yeah. So, Funcom changed base building at some point. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. Apparently, you used to be able to put penta shields in some pretty cool places, and you could have like nothing but penta shield walls. And people complained about it because that's what people do. They complain about innovation. They complain about people using their brains and doing smart things that they didn't think of. And they changed it to where you couldn't put penta shields all around. That's interesting. Okay. Done and dusted. Oh, oh my gosh. Where did all this come from? What did I miss? That had that in it. Oh my agave seeds. Man, I'm glad I checked this. Alright, let's go by volume here. Pull this stuff out. Put this stuff in. I do not want that granite. Uh, where's that other box? I think it was floating. Oh, thank goodness I grabbed that. Forgot about that. Throw that in there. That's only 11V. It's fine. Is there any more floaty boxes? Other than these, which I'm pretty sure are just, yeah, batteries. I don't care about those. Then I'll drop this, that. What is that? Oh, that's just order. I saw something there and I was like, what the heck is that? I don't know what I thought I saw, but I know I'd put my buggy over there and I was like, my buggy's not like moved. I was just being paranoid. I gotta go back and get my buggy though. Don't let me forget to do that. Don't let me forget to get my buggy. I need to get my buggy. Last week I was like so meticulous about getting every little piece of my base, throwing it in there, making sure I had it all. And then this week I'm just like, delete. Like, I don't even care. It's like I have so much Blaststone anyway. And well, I this week I had decided to switch it all to Chom Facility, but I had so much Blaststone, and I had gone ahead and spent the 160k to get the Harkonnen stuff that I was like, I'm gonna swap some stuff into Harkonnen and see how it looks. And it's okay. I don't like that Harkonnen stuff is like silvery gray on the interior, but yet the outside is like black. And it's like, why isn't the inside black? And it makes me want to build a base, but use the wall glitch to where you can have two walls right next to each other and build a whole base like that, and the interior walls be black as well as the exterior walls. And I did that on Conan because the same glitch exists in Conan. Um, it's not really a glitch. It's using the building pieces in a clever way to have them overlap each other to do clipping. So, in order to fool the game into clipping things it shouldn't normally clip. So I wouldn't say it's a glitch, but it's kind of exploiting the building system. But I mean, until they let us do what we want to with walls, people are always going to come up with better ways of building than what Funcom did. Which that's not very hard. They're not very bright. So, oops.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Is that so? I mean, I guess she said so. So it is so. It has to be so because she said so. And why would she lie? I'm just being stupid. Let's put this stuff in here. Alright, now I need to grab my repair tool. Not the one that's nearly broken. A welding torch, that's what it's called. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
A large sandstorm is approaching.
I had one, didn't I? I put it in here. Yeah. So say I repaired a welding tool not that long ago, but I put it away to make space for doing this transfer stuff, which is fine. I just forgot I was gonna need it. That's all. Can I beat this storm? I can't beat this storm. What am I doing? I am not gonna beat this storm.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Dude, I may have actually beat that storm. I think I beat that storm. It might be too far south, maybe. I totally beat that storm. Nice. Go get my buggy. Get my buggy, yeah. That was weird. I thought I went into vulture mode, but apparently I failed to do that. Let's go get my buggy. Grab the two most important pieces first. Wait, that? What? What is going on here? Alright, got my buggy. Helps to be efficient. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my base and I think I might reset my skills. Did I reset my skills already? No, I was gonna reset my skills, but I ran out of time. Or, well, I just got bored of playing, to be honest. I got bored of playing the game. I was like, I can't reset my skills until almost 8 o'clock last night. And I got bored of playing the game and just logged off. It's like, I mean, on a Sunday night, it's kind of like there's not much to do. You know, you can go out in the deep desert and maybe get some more spice, maybe get some more plastania, but then you gotta, but then that's just more stuff you have to transfer. So it's like, it's fine. I mean, if I could get spice in the truckload, like literally the sandcrawler truckload, it'd be different. But since I was having to do it by hand with the compactor, and I couldn't make the Mark 6 compactor, I was just kind of like, I don't want to, you know? Is that a crash ship right there? I didn't know there was one right there. Maybe I did, I don't know. There's so many places I haven't like discovered with this character, whereas with my original character, I took the time to really explore, and I had like most of the Haga Basin discovered. Okay, officially done with that. Upgraded Shiga wire is always nice. let's see. I think that's all the necessities. Now we want induce sprint, but I don't want it on my bar. Blade damage, weirding step for sure. Manipulate instability. And we definitely want. Oh, I have to upgrade benches more. Okay, that's fine. The recovery. Increase max health. I think there's a different ability I want for that. Yeah, stamina recovery rate. So, hydrated stamina bonus. And we want both of these, and I want that. 'And then, of course, more stamina. Always. $35%? Is anyone using energy capsules? Like, it's only 10 seconds, but it has a 25-second cooldown? I mean, I wonder if that lowers with Battle Hardened. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down for basic ranged damage, and then the additional range damage. I don't use guns too much, but I do use them. I'm not taking like any extra blade damage, and the reason why is because I want to test and see like how much of a difference it makes. Because like after I changed my focus to guns to try out something that some stupid video on YouTube showed me, which I think there's a lot of weird information going around as far as like abilities and stuff in this game when it comes to combat. Because you got YouTube channels who are talking about like nothing but PvP. Like how good is this in PvP? And it's like I don't really care about PvP. Like I don't want to get dunked on if PvP occurs. And I feel like the way the game is right now, I mean, guns just seem to be like something that I don't know. I don't really like using guns against PvE enemies, NPCs, bots, but it seems to be the only thing you can use against players that's gonna be viable at all. And this guy was saying that you didn't need anything in sword stuff because swords were two hit kills. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, two hit kills against what? A player? Because sure, you might be able to like stab a player twice and kill them, but I'm assuming he means slow blade because there's no way that two regular strikes kill a player when their shield's down. That would be ridiculous. Because he also said in the same breath that swords needed a buff, and they do. Melee needs melee needs to be completely reworked. I don't think it needs a buff. I think it needs to be completely reworked. Like from the ground up, they need to change it to where there's different combos for different weapons. Because how it is right now is like it's just the same combo for every weapon. Like foils, swords, and daggers have a different combo, but they only have one combo. And it you don't need to use your combo because it's all about the slow blade. Like the only time you're comboing is if you're like trying to lower the poise on a human player, and most human players aren't going to stand there and let you combo them. You know, they're going to dash away when the slow blade comes. So your combo is basically wasting your own stamina. I mean, sure, it's kind of draining theirs too, but it's not. You're both getting drained at the same time. Like, there's nothing in melee when it comes to PvP that is good. Like, I was doing a little combat with a guy, and we were both like primarily melee focused, and we were just doing it for fun. It was although he ended up killing me by accident, which was kind of stupid. It was like he just defaulted to, oh, you're down on your knees, I have to stab you like I would any other NPC, and it's like, yeah, that's the part that actually is bad for me because it reduces my durability, and I forgot to put a spawn beacon down, and it was really inconvenient. But anyway, um, the only reason why he beat me, and he even said that he was like dead. He was like, I can't believe I won that because you had me dead. But the only reason is because I overcommitted, and when I should have backed off and let my stamina come up a little bit and then gone in for the kill, I went for the kill. And I didn't realize that my stamina was already at the low point. Like it was just a sliver from low. So the next attack I did put me at low, and he saw me like lunge, and I was doing that stupid lunge that you do when you have no stamina. And I think that's the only reason why he realized he could commit to killing me. And when I did that, I was like, oh crap, I'm out of stamina. I didn't realize I was out of stamina. I thought I still had a little bit more. And I honestly don't know why it went away. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. But anyway, the point being is that melee sucks for PvP, and it isn't a buff nerf situation. I think it's just bad. Like the melee in this game was never designed for PvP. It was designed strictly for PvE because it's just that good. Like there's no reason to use a gun against PvE players except for the flamethrower dudes. because you can shoot them from a distance while they're shooting their flame, and you can stand out of the range of the flamethrower, but you can just shoot them. And it's the only reason to do it. And even then, you don't have to do it because they're easy to kill. You can trick them into uh, coming around corners and stuff to come after you and get them close enough to where even if they do start to shoot their flame, you can hit them, which will make them stop shooting their flame, and then just wrap them up in a couple of combos. Get a slow blade in there, and then back off, do the same thing again, and just slow blade them a couple of times, and they're dead. And it's just easy. Like PvE in this game is dumb easy. It's like retardedly dumb easy. There is no challenge in this game when it comes to PvE. The tier 6 enemies, the only reason I ever die is because I was not paying attention to my stamina, or I didn't realize that 3 dudes snuck up behind me when I was fighting another 3 dudes, and then I get stuck and I can't get out before my stamina hits 0, and then I can't do anything and I'm dead. That's the only time I die, is if I just kind of get like complacent and I'm not paying attention. Like, it's all me. It has nothing to do with like the difficulty of the game. It's just me not paying attention. That's the only time I've ever died. And but it's retardedly stupidly easy to just melee everything in this game. There's no bosses in this game. There's no like difficult enemies. I mean, there are bosses. There's like named characters that are supposed to be, you know, harder than the other enemies, but they're really not. They're just slightly harder. They just have a little bit more HP. Like there's no like really good parry system. Can you parry? Yeah, but it's like you know grade level parrying. It's very forgiving. But on the same vein, while it is very forgiving, it's actually really difficult to parry in the middle of a combo. So like if the enemy is comboing you, like you missed your parry for some reason. I've had it to where like I parried, like I've been fighting 2 guys and I parried the first guy, but for whatever reason the second guy was able to get his hit in and it didn't parry. And so as he's comboing me, I don't have any way to parry mid combo. And I know that there is a way to parry during a slow blade, but that's really kind of finicky. Like I've done it a few times by accident, but I don't know if that's like normal. uh, and it isn't consistent to where you can, if you master the timing, you can do it every time. It just seems to be kind of like, okay, I got it this time, but the downside is if you don't get it, they hit your HP. So that's not good. But that aside, it's just stupid. The melee is not. The Dark Souls, this is not. And I don't think it needs to be Dark Souls, but it needs to have a completely reworked melee system. Um, it just does. Because it's boring. Huh. Well, thanks for joining me today on the stream. I don't want to play. I've got 500 hours in this game. 500 hours. Let's double check that. 572.5 hours in this game. And that's in a very, very short period of time. I've only been playing for a little bit over a month. I mean, this is what I do during the day. I stream, so it's no surprise. But I don't want to play this game. It's boring. It's really boring. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I might stream something later. I don't know. We'll see. But bye bye.